Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to a huge prep for us for Christmas. We are hosting 3 Christmas days in a way. We're hosting a day with my friends, a day with Matt's friends, and then Christmas Day itself. So to survive all of these events, we are gonna meal prep a lot of the food. So we're gonna make everything. We've done it before, you may have seen. We're gonna make the roast potatoes, the veg, freeze it all. It tastes just as good, so I'll show you the process of doing that. We're also going to be cleaning for one of the events. I'm going to show you some party games as well, because we've got 3 party games that we're going to play, and just like a huge get ready with us. So I really hope you enjoy it, and with all that said, let's get into it. Okay, so first up, I'm going to be meal prepping some pigs in blankets. I know you can buy these already done, but they're so simple to make, and by doing it this way you can buy slightly better quality sausages and bacon. Just wrap it around, and I like to put some parchment paper in between the layers so that if you do freeze it, they don't all stick together. So I've made loads of them for all 3 of the events that we're hosting. I'm putting 2 lots in the freezer, 1 lot in the fridge for the event that we're having quite soon, and that is all done. It honestly took about 20 minutes to do, and now Matt is going to meal prep the roast potatoes. So whenever I show this, I get so many questions from people asking if they still taste as good, but they really do. And what we tend to do is, as you can see here, Matt is peeling the potatoes. He's going to parboil them like he normally would, bash them around, and then we freeze them like that. So then on the day when you get them out, you still cook them in vegetable oil, salt, pepper, the way that you normally do, but just the peeling, the cutting, the parboiling, all of that is already done. But one tip with these, which I'll show you in a minute, is you actually want them to cool down on baking sheets before you put them into freezer bags. Otherwise, again, they sort of all freeze in one big like block of potato. So I'll show you that in a sec, but while that is boiling, Matt is then going to make the Brussels dish that we have. I'll link this recipe in the description down below for you guys, but it's really simple. It's basically Brussels, bacon, creme fraiche, parmesan, salt and pepper, and then you basically boil them for about 7 minutes. You fry off the bacon bits, and then in a bowl you mix together creme fraiche, parmesan, and seasoning. Mix that all together in a frying pan, and that is pretty much it. Like, you probably could just serve it as it is then, but I find that anything with dairy in it freezes really well. Like cauliflower cheese freezes so well. I actually haven't made that yet, but I'm going to for Christmas Day. And as you can see, Matt is making 3 different pans of this, so we're going to have one at each event. It's just all going to be ready, and it's going to be so easy to just reheat in the oven, and that is all done. And we actually had one of these dishes yesterday, and it was really nice. So many people said, oh, you know, what's in this? How did you do it? Like, they didn't even care that it had been frozen or pre-made in any way. So yeah, we totally recommend this one. And yeah, it's just nice to kind of do meal prepping on a day where you're just like chilled out at home. We had Christmas music on, and I'm actually with Jackson for a lot of this video because he hasn't been very well. So Matt took over a bit of the meal prepping. But yeah, it's just nice to not have the pressure of like, it's Christmas morning, we need it all right now. Now you can see Matt is actually going to make the gravy. So this is really simple to make, but it does kind of need to just sit on the stove for a while and like simmer away. But he's cutting up carrots, celery, onions, and then you put it all in a big baking tray. We're also going to add in some herbs like some rosemary, some basil, some garlic, cranberry sauce, lots of seasoning as well, and then some chicken thighs and chicken wings. This is going to give it loads of flavor, and then we're going to just put that baking tray into the oven. It can be cooking away, and then I'll show you the next step on the gravy in a minute. But while that is in the oven, Matt is also going to prep the carrots and the parsnips for Christmas Day. So he is peeling them, he's going to cut them into the sizes that we want, and then we are going to parboil those in boiling water. So again, all of those stages are done for Christmas Day. And then on the day, we tend to add like rosemary and honey to the carrots, and then cook the parsnips in the oven like we just just bake everything. So after a while, obviously I'll put the recipe down below, but we get that baking tray out. We put it into frying pans, and then we're adding in some port and some water as well. And then you sort of leave that to just cook away, adding in a little bit of flour to like thicken up the gravy. And then you just sort of leave it there, smush everything down, add the water, and then it's just going to taste really, really nice. We're going to strain all of, I know it looks a bit gross, but we're going to strain it. And then that is going to be the gravy. So flavorful. Adding in some red currant jelly as well, or you can add in cranberry sauce. But yeah, that is our gravy for Christmas Day, and we're going to freeze that, and it's going to be delicious on the day. Now we're going to get on with some cleaning. So there is a bit of a stain on this Christmas rug, and this is the type of rug you can put into the washing machine, but instead I thought I would use my Bissell steamer to just steam and wash the stain out. And even though it's winter, if we put the underfloor heating on after I've done this, it actually tends to dry pretty quickly. So I thought that I would just clean the rug this way, get the stain out, and then it'll be all ready for when our guests arrive. So that is what I'm doing. This is great for, like any mess from the dog, any footprints, any spills, stuff like that. And then Matt is going to clean the fireplace in case we put a fire on when our friends are here. Yeah, so he's going to remove the tray, which is underneath and has loads of ashes in it. So he's going to chuck that. Then he'll hoover inside. And then what we found like most effective for the door itself is just hot soapy water, but then also with one of those like eraser sponges. That works really well on the stains. He's then going to set it up. So if we want to put a fire on when our friends are here, it is all ready to go and it looks really nice. And then we're going to dress the table. So we're trying something new this year for the runner. We thought we would put a little bit of wrapping paper underneath the glass, and that this would also be a really good opportunity to actually clean the other side of the glass and the table underneath, because obviously I wipe down the table all the time, but we haven't actually lifted this up because it is a process. So you can see my eldest son is there. He's got some muscles. He's going to help us. We've got Matt on one side, and then I'm going to kind of be in the middle and helping to put this glass on the bench. So we're flipping it over so that we'll be able to clean the other side. And it's not too dirty, but it would just be good to do this, and especially around the edges of the table, which I will show you in a second. So yeah, we're just really carefully putting this down. We actually had this glass made separate to the table. Once we had the table, we measured it up and had some toughened glass made, and it's so great because it protects the table. The kids can color on the table and it doesn't damage it. But I've got this little scraper tool, which is so handy with like little stains like that. So I managed to get like some dried on food off of the table, and there was also some glue on the glass. So I managed to scrape all of that off, and it feels really clean now. Then we've put the gift wrap down the center of the table. We actually trimmed it a little bit, and then we're putting the glass back, and I think that is really effective. Love the look of it. So now we're just putting the centerpiece back on. We bought this 5 or 6 years ago, and we get it out every single year, and it just looks great. And we put some candles along the side of it. Then I'm going to put some placemats down, and then I've got these sort of tray plates. I've got them in red and gold. You can get them on Amazon, from Poundland, various different places, but it just gives a really nice base to then put your plate on. So I found these plates. They actually say Happy Holidays on them. I got them from H&M Home, but the only problem is they are really small. So they're kind of like starter plates, but I think it looks really nice on the table like this. Now I'm going to wipe down the coffee tables because they are really, really dusty and a little bit dirty. So I'm going to wipe all of that down, wash the tray that was on it as well, get some of the pens away, and then wipe this down, and then kind of put these back into place, making it look all nice. I'm going to take some of the toys, put them back in the playroom as well. And I'm going to give everything a really good vacuum because there are crumbs everywhere, especially where we've moved the table. There are some crumbs that were under the legs. So I'm just going to make sure that everywhere is vacuumed. This did actually take some time in this room. It's pretty big. I'm putting the chairs back, and that is the table, all looking really, really nice. We also washed these rugs yesterday. They are like kitchen runners, but they do get a little bit messy. So because we have people coming around today, we washed them, putting them back down, and then we're going to sort out this couch. It really needed a bit of a vacuum, and we have throws all over the couch. But we've taken them all off, shook them off, and then we're going to sort out the cushions and then put them all back on. We've got 8 children coming today. So instead of like taking them off completely, we figured it's probably a good idea to actually keep them on the couches. But we're sort of redoing it all, making it look that little bit nicer as well, fluffing up the cushions, all of that. But that is that area all done. Kiki's already trying to squish the cushions back down on this sofa. I'm going to move the coffee tables back and then just really start vacuuming the whole of the downstairs. This corner right here is actually pretty dusty because I haven't moved that chair for a while. I'm also just vacuuming around the tree, putting the chair back, and I'm just going to carry on in this space. Somehow there were like leaves, bits of mud everywhere, just so much food on the floor. So really I'm just going around making sure that everywhere is vacuumed and that it's all nice. This is the last job that I normally do in this room. I always feel like you should work your way from the top of the room all the way down to the bottom. So if you want to wipe cupboards, surfaces, and then it gives everything a chance to fall on the floor. And then it's the last thing that I'm going to do. So yeah, I'm just vacuuming up around here. There's loads of food under these chairs, quite a bit of dust. As you can see, the boys are playing table tennis. So I'm just vacuuming around them in the playroom. And then I'm going to do the hallway as well. So yeah, that is pretty much it. And then once that is all done, I'm actually not going to mop because I figure we're going to have loads of people around soon. But now we're also setting up a few games. So this is one of them. It's so simple. You just need a box and some matching bows. And then someone tries to guess the order of the bows. Someone gives clues. And it's really, really simple, but it's so fun. And before our guests arrived, I forgot about this bit. We also made some quesadillas for the kids. So we were having 8 adults today, 8 children. So for the kids that maybe don't want like the Brussels and stuff, we thought we would give them a few options. So we had some goujons, and then we also had some quesadillas. These are our favorite. You've probably seen them on my channel before. It's just refried beans, cheese. We also prepped some candy cane capreses. I love doing this at Christmas. It's so simple, especially for like a buffet like we're doing today. But it's just so tasty, and then it looks really festive as well. We also made a turkey crown for the day, and that was really easy to do. We can do it in the oven or the air fryer. We've got the Brussels, the roasties, we had a French bread, and then this is kind of the spread that we put out for everyone. So we had the pigs in blankets, quesadillas, you can see the candy cane capreses, some cut up veg for the kids especially, loads of roast potatoes, turkey, a million different condiments, and then everyone just sort of helped themselves. He wanted a sausage, and then after dinner we made our usual sweetie grazing platter. This is so simple to make, and I feel like it is a bit like cheating because you're not making a dessert, but it's such a crowd pleaser. Everyone loves either helping with this or just loves picking at this. So we buy a bunch of different things, chocolate, biscuits, sweets, and then we just lay it all out on a grazing platter. We also played this game. So you wrap up loads of different prizes in cling film, and then you have to try and get into it with oven gloves. And my friend also brought over some gingerbread houses for the kids to make, and that went down really, really well. So yeah, that is everything. That is our family party. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.